Hello everybody and welcome back to Worship Drumming. Let me go ahead and start with the apology. I'm sorry you did not get that second video I promised last week, but which means that I'll go ahead and make up for it, and I'll make 2 more videos this week, not including this video. So you'll get this drum tutorial today, you'll get a video later in the week of me talking about 5 drum beats you can use in church at any time, and then you'll get another video later in the week of me talking about things that I wish I would have practiced when I first started drumming. Also, before we get into this, there is construction going on in my house. We're redoing the bathroom upstairs, and this video needed to be posted today. And at the time I had to record my drum teaching, there also was construction stuff going on upstairs. So while I'm playing and going over the tutorial, you might hear a few things dropping, a few loud noises. And so anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and apologize for that. And one last thing, if you're here watching this video to watch the drum breakdown before the bridge of the Elevation Worship version, you're not going to find that here, so just so you don't waste your time having to watch this. But we'll go ahead and meet back here at the end of the video and we'll talk a little bit more. Let's go ahead, hop over to the kit, and learn how to play this song. So there's really 2 versions to this song. There's the Elevation Worship version, and then there is the 7th Time Down version. I'm going to go ahead and take both those and combine them into sort of one groove, and just a way to where you can play sort of both of those, be able to make it through the song with your worship team. As a worship team, you want to talk about really how you want to do this song though. The way we do it on my worship team is I will intro the song just like the Elevation Worship version does. Even if you don't intro the song, you're going to have about the same beat. I'm just going to change one note of the beat for people who are not introing the song. Since I'm introing the song, I'm playing 4 on the floor. That's just 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is going to be my constant for this groove. My hands are going to be playing my rack tom and my floor tom. They're going to be playing the and of beat 2, and also they'll play on beat 4. But now since I'm introing the song, my right hand is going to play the and of 4 also. So really slow it'd be like this. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. So that's, if I'm introing it, I'm going to add that extra and. Let me try to slow that down again. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. But that's how it would be really slow. Just practice that really slow until you get it down. It took me a while to get this one, honestly. If you're not introing the song and you're just going to start together, what you want to do is just leave that extra and of 4 off, so it's just 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. Real simple, nothing too complicated going on there. Now as for us who are introing the song, we're going to take off the and of 4 once the lyrics start. Mainly playing the 1, 2, and 3, 4 while those lyrics of the first verse are happening. Some people, whenever they play the intro, they'll play just their floor tom during the lyrics and have like their rack tom and floor tom going at the intro, and then they'll just like, when it gets to the lyrics, they'll just play their floor tom. It's up to you, however you want, whichever way you think it sounds best. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and plug the IR again, and we're going to listen to how it sounds. Alright, and we're playing that groove until we get to that pause before the chorus there. We're not playing anything during that pause before the chorus. We're just going to crash in on the chorus, and let's go ahead and talk about what's going on here. Now, what's going on in the chorus is what's called a halftime groove. And let me go ahead and tell you where everything's at, and then we'll break it down real slow. Depending on how you want to do it, the way I do it at my church is I play the hi-hats opened for the chorus, but you might want to do it on your ride cymbal, especially if you have an acoustic set. I don't do it at the ride cymbal at my church because that's the only cymbal I have. I don't have a crash cymbal at church. But you might want to play this on your ride cymbal, not a washy ride cymbal, more up here on the body of the cymbal. You're playing quarter notes on your ride or your hat, whatever your constant cymbal you want it to be. You're just playing 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we have a 2-bar phrase going on here. Let me go ahead and talk about what's going to be consistent between both bars and then what's going to change on both bars. So on both bars, we're keeping quarter notes on our constant, which is either I said our ride or our hi-hat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Our snare drum, since this is a halftime groove, is going to land on beat 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. We're gonna have 2 kick drums in each phrase, but the first bar is going to be like this. Our kick drum is landing on 1 and the and of 2. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Next, our kick drum is going to land on the 1 and the and of 1. So together, real slow, both those together would be like this. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. So that's all that's happening there. Let's go ahead, plug it in, and see what it sounds like. Go ahead, go back, watch that one a few times if you need to before you get that down, but don't be afraid to practice these real slow before you can play them in real time. Let me go ahead and talk about how to end the chorus real quick before we move on to the next groove. It's really up to you how you want to end it. I kind of end it a little differently almost every time I play it. I'm not going to say that there is an official way to end this. You can check out the way they do it and see if you can figure out a fill to throw in there. What I do is I kind of stop playing that halftime groove and I switch to a full-time groove, and where my snare drums start hitting a lot more, and it kind of gives it the feel that it's a fill that I'm playing there. Just kind of however you want to do it. Really, it's up to you, to be honest. And but anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the second verse. Now, if you want to do it the way Elevation Worship does it, second verse, you're going to play a few bars of the first verse. So you're still playing that 1, 2, and 3, 4. And just playing that until you get to the part where the beat kind of breaks up and the lyrics come in. So when the lyrics come in, we're just playing a really simple groove between our kick drum and snare drum. Kick drum on 1 and 3, snare drum on 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Real simple, right hand's not doing anything. Then you'll hear where there's that pause in the lyrics, and this is where we're going to pick it up. And I think this part sounds really cool once you pick it up, because you're just playing that kick and snare, and you can throw a quick fill in there before you start, before we pick up in the lyrics again. I like to do it sometimes I don't. So I'll play 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I go ahead and I hop into where we pick it up. Now when we pick it up, our constant in this groove is 8th notes on our hi-hat, kick drum still on 1 and 3, snare drum still on 2 and 4, and if you want, you can actually keep your kick drum playing 4 on the floor through this part. So how it transitions is 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Nothing really hard going on there. And experiment with your kick drum there. I honestly put the kick drum on beats 1, beats 3, and the and of 3 is where I play my kick drum. But it really doesn't matter. I'll do it different literally every single time I do it. Sometimes I'll do 4 on the floor, sometimes I'll just do beats 1 and 3. But if you do it in any of those ways, it'll sound right, and it'll sound good when you play through that. Next, we're going to lead back into our chorus again. And when we lead into our chorus, we're going to have 2 bars of a build. So listen to the song and you'll feel where this build's at. And so it's just 2 bars of a crescendo. It's on the snare drum and floor tom, and so crescendo, we're playing light and we're gradually getting louder. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and crash back into the chorus. So chorus 2 is going to be the same thing as chorus 1 with the way we play it. Go ahead and play verse 2 for you right now, and then we'll talk about the bridge since all the choruses are the same. The last part we have here is the bridge, and the bridge is going to probably be the simplest beat that we've played so far. And so the bridge, we want a real nice washy cymbal, so we're going to be playing the edge of our ride cymbal, and that's going to just be quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kick drum on beats 1 and beats 2. Snare drum still falling on the back beat of 3. Crashing every other bar. And so here's how it looked really slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Real simple there. We have a pause there at the end of that. Listen to the song, get the feel for when it is, because we're going to crash and then we're going to have that pause, and it's going to be just sort of the bass guitar and piano and the lyrics, and then we're going to crescendo the song back to the chorus. So it's going to be just like the other crescendo we did. It's going to be still going to be our 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then crashing back in. What we should do here is, because this is another crescendo and we've already done a crescendo, and plus dramatic pause and we have this dramatic build up, let's go ahead and give this build up here, this crescendo, a dramatic ending to it. Now that is all up to you, because the way I do it is I more feel this crescendo because I build it up, and what I do is I do flam, kick, flam at the end of it before I crash back into the chorus. And so, real quick, if you don't know what a flam is a primary note followed by a ghosted note. So it's usually, for me, since I'm right hand dominant, my right hand leads with a hard note, my left hand is going to follow with a note also, but more of a ghosted note. So it's going to be flam, kick, flam. And I really cannot exactly say where I'm throwing that in. I believe I'm throwing that in on the 3, so it's going to be 3 and 4, then crash back into the chorus. But honestly, I more feel this than I really know where it's at. I just know that it happens sometime after the beat 2 of the second bar that I'm playing. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and then I throw it somewhere in there. Really, it's just up to you to be creative and find a way to end this before you go back into the chorus. And I know that sounds like a cheap way of me just bailing myself out saying, oh, I don't know how to teach it, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell them to be creative. Which is somewhat true. I really don't exactly know how to count it. But the thing is, though, is I had to learn myself on how I wanted to end this crescendo. And because they sort of do a similar thing, but this is the way that I really like to end it, because 1, it's easy for me, and 2, I think it sounds good with the song. And so it's really up to you, though, to decide how you want to end it and be creative, and the more creative you are, the better at drumming you're honestly going to be. But anyways, so then all you have to do is play the last chorus, which we're not going to go over because we already went over the chorus. Let me play the bridge for you guys, and I'll meet you back over at the desk. Thank you so much everyone for watching this video. Please go ahead and subscribe below if you're interested in more content like we saw in the video today. As promised earlier in the video, later in the week you'll be getting 2 more videos. Go ahead and comment below what drum tutorial you want me to do next, and yours just might get chosen. And if no one comments below, because this is only like my 3rd video or so, that's fine. Next Monday we'll be doing Deep Cries Out by Bethel, if no one else selects a song to do. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you guys at the next video.